Good evening and welcome back. Good evening, Mason. How are you doing? Can you let me know if you can hear and if everything is okay? If it looks okay, if you can hear me, could you just let me know? Anybody who's in the chat, if you're having problems hearing me or seeing the pictures, let me know. As far as I'm aware, it is all good and good to go in terms of internet connection. And this is where I left you last time. We came ninth, which when you think about it, we took over Notts County, who were a pretty poor team, and they were in their second season in League Two at that time. They got promoted. We were champions at the end of that season into League One. They didn't give us any money at all, absolutely zero, zilch money. And we had to survive in League One. Not only did we survive, we won the title in that season. And then came the championship. Now, I'm hoping that they're going to give us tons of money. They didn't give us tons of money. And actually, that's where I got the idea, because it was then that we threw open the transfer window to people. Ben actually... Good evening, Andy. Ben actually took the challenge last year, and we ended up in ninth with the transfers that he made. And that, given that we were predicted to finish in 23rd, was a pretty good performance. We were only 3 short of the playoffs. At one time, it did look like we were going to make it into the playoffs, but we lost to Blackpool. And unfortunately, that did the dirty deed. But ninth was pretty good. And so I didn't know what to do. Are we going to get stuck in this finishing mid-table? The board obviously are very pleased. The board are pleased that we've established ourselves in the championship. They have no ambitions, it seems, to getting into the Prem. And so they're quite happy to be an established championship team and let everybody else fight it out and go into the Prem. I'm a little bit more ambitious than the board. But I got this feeling that we're going to get stuck as a mid-table team because, once again, they were a little bit less than generous with the transfer money. And so we've put it out there again. And we've had 3 entries. We've had entries from Benjamin, Neil and Andy. And they've all got their virtues, and but none of them are actually telling me we're going to do extremely well. We're going to load up the first one. Let's start with the first one that came in, and that was from Benjamin. Benjamin was the first one that came in. He did it, I think, in half a day. I'm not quite sure if he's here to see the results of his labours. He's got it to the point where we have an opening game against Sheffield United. I was looking, the first thing that I looked at was pre-season, and I was looking at his pre-season and thinking to myself, oh my goodness me. But there are a couple of good results in there. Manchester United, a 3-3 draw. Nottingham Forest is no mean feat, a 2-2 draw either. These two in the middle are a bit dodgy. He did tell me in his email to forget about the pre-season because he was only focusing on fitness and not on winning the matches. Okay, so fair enough. But actually there's a couple of good results in there. Can't argue with draws against Forest or United. So let's have a look at what he's done in terms of transfers. He's still got 1 or 2 going on here in terms of coming in. He's got this guy, Sam Curtis. So, I like this transfer. I looked at this guy, and he's a complete wing-back and would be very good as a wing-back on attack, I think, on our right-hand side. And I think he's probably going to be a very good signing. The only problem is he's not coming in until January. So we're going to have to survive without him until January. In terms of players yet to go out, Lukic is looking at a transfer. We're going to get possibly around 500 in for him. But bearing in mind that I think we only get 55%. We're going to get 200,000 probably for Lukic. And in terms of our overall finances, it's not going to matter one little jot. What he's done so far has been quite impressive in terms of transfers out. Sadly, we saw the last of Chickson. Berjami finally left. He got 150k for Berjami, which is quite surprising. Osu, who I quite liked as a youngster, could play up anywhere up and down that left-hand side. He left on a free. Brindley, another fullback, went out on loan, but we got some money as a fee for him. And then Kozielik went out. Again, a young player. Aaron Collins was an interesting one. Was sold for 4.5 million. Interesting, brought in a lot of money, and he also sold Macaulay Langstaff. When I saw that, of course, I'm delighted. And so that brought in a little bit of money, £5.75 million. And transfers in doesn't make any sense to me, because the amount of transfers in obviously is just for this year. That's why it's not making any sense. So if we have a look at what happened since I left, Cipriano came in from Bristol City. He's a central midfielder, probably going to do a good job as a centre mid on support, can tackle and can mark, and that's really all I want these boys to be able to do. Passing is reasonable, but it's not that big a deal. All I want him to be able to do is to tackle and mark. Has a good first touch, or decent first touch, and his mentals are quite good for a championship player. So good signing, but I think he is injured at the moment. In this particular save. Then he brought in Yerson Mosquera. Yerson Mosquera is a central defender. Pretty good in the air, has good jumping reach, good heading. Marking isn't great, but tackling is pretty good. Mentals are not bad, although his concentration is pretty poor, and he's not very aggressive for a centre-back. But generally, he looks like a very decent player to play at centre-back. Can't argue with that. And then brought in Obafemi. Just came in for 47,000. Good evening, D8. And he is a pressing forward. I worry about these guys. Finishing 12, composure 12. And this is a theme that goes throughout this save, is that the forwards that have come in can't finish. So I would worry about these boys quite a lot. He has got blistering pace, though, up front, and probably is a good signing, Obafemi. Didn't cost much money, 47,000. And then Storasic came in from Leicester. He's a goalkeeper, I think. Everybody brought him in or tried to bring him in. Came in for 25,000. Probably a decent goalkeeper. And we need a goalkeeper. And then Ewan Morgan, again, he's a forward, but he's very young, and he's the only one really who can finish. But the rest of his mentals are not up to speed. He might be, given his potential ability, he might be getting a lot of games later in the season. He's probably got the best finisher that we have, and he's the youngest of all of them that were brought in. And then bringing up to speed, there's been a lot of transfers. A lot came in on frees. Ben Christine came in. He is left wing back. Can also play as a left winger if necessary. He's decent. He's not brilliant. He's by anywhere near brilliant, but he could be a good backup player. And then Owen Beck, who I think is a fullback. Yeah, he's a fullback coming from Liverpool. He's not bad, actually. I like his technicals. His mentals are not bad for championship level. He's not a bad player, Owen Beck. And my scouts, I believe my scouts have got that star rating wrong. I think he's a better player than 2.5 stars. Fiorini, a midfielder, deep line playmaker, can sit at the base, can pass, but it's not great passing. His tackling is okay, but he can't mark, and so that would worry me, that because his main job is to get his foot in midfield. Josh Bowler. And then did we look at Fiorini? Yes, we did. Fiabema has come in. He's a left winger. He's made a lot of transfers for next to no money. And then Alegria, a forward again. But again, a forward who can't finish. He's got 11 finishing and 9 composure. And not quite sure. My staff rate him very highly. And say that he is a good EFL Championship player. I worry about his finishing. Hey, Kirisut. Then we've got Fofana. Now, this is obviously a good signing. Probably best employed as a centre-back. 4-star. Probably a very, very good signing. And I think that he's probably the best signing of all. Josh Bowler is a right winger. He's a very good player. Currently injured, but would be taking up that right wing slot without any problems. He's due to return to fitness within the next couple of days. Whether he plays in the first game, we're not sure, but certainly a very good signing. Rubino came in attacking mid or a winger. He's just young. Probably one for the future rather than for this season, and we'd just have to see how he develops. Wormleighton, I think, also is a right back. Again, he's young, one for the future. Although, looking at his attributes, he'll probably end up getting some games and possibly might even start on the right wing in the opening game. And then Waldron, full-back again. Again, 20 years old. Definitely one for the future. He's not going to be first-team stuff. They're saying he's not far from first-team level. I think he's a bit of a way from first-team level. And then finally, Charlie Whittaker's come in from Everton, who is able to play as the centre mid on support. Can't tackle, though, can't mark, and that worries me a great deal. Probably best employed as an attacking midfielder. So, potential ability for this youngster of 4.5 stars. Probably as an attacking midfielder would be a better. Jody Jones went. Jody Jones left. Calabresi left for 2.5 million. And Brad McGregor left. So it was a complete change in this save. There are issues on the right wing. And there always are issues on the right wing. And with just Wormleighton and Simon Lobb behind Josh Bowler, that is going to be a problem area. The game is going to know that is a problem area and attack that position. And we're going to have lots of injuries to Josh Bowler because the game will know that we are weak there. But everywhere else seems to be pretty strong. When he comes in, that's a good signing in January. Can we last till January, though? We've got 3 good left backs, plenty of cover in midfield. As I said, the midfield is a little bit... Bowler, yeah. I mean, he's here already. Bowler is here already, DA. He's he should be starting. But it again depends. He's injured already. So the game already knows we're weak here. And it's injured him already. But the rest of it is pretty strong. So that's the first one. And that came in. The prediction, though, however, is 21st. Now, we were predicted 23rd last season and finished in 9th. Does that mean we could make the playoffs this season? I don't know. I think that what he's done is decent. I think for me personally, I don't know what you guys think. I worry about these strikers. Obafemi with just 12 finishing and 12 composure. Although he has bags of pace, I do worry about these strikers. The other one, Alegria, has 11 finishing and 9 composure. And is this good enough to... And then the only other one is Ewan Morgan. Ewan Morgan, really, who's not quite ready yet. Who has the ability with 14 finishing and 13 composure. However, he's lacking in other areas of the game. So his concentration is very poor. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you guys think about this as a transfer window. I think it's good. It's a solid transfer window. I think that they will finish. I don't think that they're going to finish in 21st. I personally think it's probably a mid-table team. I think, yeah, it's probably a mid-table team who are going to finish probably 12th or 11th. Just outside the top 10, I would say. But it's for you guys to decide at the end. And the next one that we're going to load up came in from Neil. And Neil's was interesting as well. So we'll have a look at Neil's. And we'll have a different take on this. And Neil's comes in... If we look at the season preview for Neil's, we're predicted to finish bottom. So there's a little bit of a difference here. Nobody rates this Notts County team. They never have. We like whatever season we've been in, we've always been down here in the season preview. So I wouldn't worry too much about this. Nobody actually likes Notts County in the media. Sunderland actually won the title last year. Luckily Ben isn't here because he wouldn't be pleased at that. So let's have a look at some of the transfers that came in. I think they're waiting on a few. Tripaye, who's just a young fullback. He's nowhere near first team. Ngenga, who is... There's an offer being made for a loan for Esenga. Don't know much about him. He's one of these, I think, the director of football's made. And has good marking, though, good tackling. And it looks like he's decent in the air. So would probably be a good centre-back, looking at him. His anticipation's not bad. Probably a good centre-back. Who knows? We don't know much, but an offer has been made for him. And then Duncan, Fulham, again, an offer has been made for him. Whether or not these will come to anything. He's 22 years old, 2-star at the moment, 4-star potential. Probably a right winger. Can't do much harm on the right wing there. Sonny Perkins is an interesting one, and if that one comes off, that will be a good signing, I think. Sonny Perkins is a good signing in FM. So I think that's a good signing. And then one rejected, and that's it for coming in. Players going out, there aren't any. But I think there are less transfers in this one. So if we go to where we began, then actually it's quite a lot. So Chickson's gone, Bajami, Osu, Brindley, Kolejek, Lambrechts, Alex Fife, Simon Loeb, Kane Wilson went out, and Comuzo, he went out. Didn't bring in much money, all told. There wasn't a great deal going on in terms of transfers there, but looks like a lot was going on in terms of transfers in. Perhaps not too much. So we had Ezra Carrington coming in from Manchester City on a free wing back. Possibly going to be a good signing, 20 years old. Probably, if he's associated with Man City, probably going to be a good signing. There's that boy, Christine again, has come into the team, was left back. Connor Bradley is another full back, not a bad player. I've actually, because of the problems here, started training him as a right winger already. probably will be able to play as a right winger. Malachi Boateng, who's currently injured and going to be coming back tomorrow, probably not available for the first game. Doesn't look to me like a bad midfielder. Probably a centre mid for me on support, doing that job for us. And the good thing is that he can tackle and he can mark, and that's what we need them to do in that position. And he's got these good mentals, which would be very useful. He's also quite good in the physical department. So probably not a bad signing. Cathal Hoffernan came in also on a free centre-back. Young, but with bags of potential. And not brilliant, but he has good physicals and some decent mentals. So not bad, I guess. Not bad for his age. Chilikoa Mulan, central defender again. Pretty good in the air, which is good. Marking and tackling, not brilliant. And his mentals are pretty poor for this level. He's 22 years old. Will do a decent job as a backup, I think. Maybe a fringe player looks about right. Pendleton came in on a free. Lots of free transfers in this one. Fullback who doesn't raise my blood pressure too much. He's very young again. A lot of young signings. Has potential, but not ready yet, I don't think. He's a strange looking face. He looks like he's 12. So, he's probably not ready yet. Quezada Thorne, I think we saw him in the last one, didn't we? He's a fullback. Again, can play as a wing or a fullback. He's, again, not ready yet, and does look older than 12. And then we have Miles Buta, who's come in on loan from Manchester United. He's a good player, but I'm struggling to work out where to play him. Where would you play this guy? We don't have a right winger. We're not playing with a right attacking midfielder. So would you play him? Be like thinking about playing him as passing isn't good enough. I think probably I'd be thinking about playing him as a centre mid, or probably more likely to be a left back. I really can't see any other way to get him to function within the team. Probably a left back would be my way of thinking. Yeah, Perkins, good player. DA, very good player. And then we have this guy, Szymik, who of course is the goalkeeper. He's okay, I guess. 19 years old, plenty of development left in him. Good signing, really. Kieran Bowie came in on a free. They've all come in on frees. He's an advanced forward. He's another one who can't finish. 11 finishing and composure 12. There's a lot of these about. And I guess we're looking at price tags here. And Notts County, in any of the saves, not being able to afford to buy any forwards who can finish. The secret to it is to just get them in positions where they don't have to work too hard to finish. And then Matthew Henderson Hall, I quite like him as a winger on support or attack. He can cross, he can dribble. His mentals could be better, but then you could say that about a lot of wingers, and he's not very strong. He's 19 years old, but I like him. He looks like a very, very decent player. He's on loan from Manchester City. And so if we look at the squad planner in this one, we go here. He's trying, I think, to get loans in Finlay McAllister and also Shea Lacey, who we had here at the club last time. I don't think that either of them are going to come in, but who knows what the director of football might do. Jody Jones, who can play in this position, is currently injured, going to be out for 2 months, so that doesn't help. So it's kind of thin on the ground at the moment there. Plenty of cover in midfield, plenty of good players, Corness and Bowden at the back of the midfield, and we've got plenty of players who can play in the Casey Palmer, Piet Harris, and one or two others. This guy, Malachi Boateng, will be sitting in there as the first choice. At the back, again, it looks like there's plenty of cover at the back. Centre back, we might struggle a little bit. I actually had to bring Boat back in from the reserves because there was only 3 centre backs. I'm not quite sure why he was in the reserves. Did we upset him? Did I upset him before the end of the last season? Looking at his transfer, he was transfer listed just prior. Good evening, Stephen. Just prior to me, just prior to the end of the season. I'm not quite sure why Boat was actually upset, but hopefully we can deal with that and he'll be back in the team. And so I think that there's, like, again, it's the striker. Langstaff is probably the best of a bad bunch here. I mean, Langstaff is finishing 15 and Composure 14. There's a good first touch. He can dribble. He has decent technique. It's not brilliant. His work rate is good. His off the ball is good. He makes poor decisions and his concentration isn't that great. But why he doesn't play very well for me, I don't know. Again, I think Neil was trying to get Van Hooijdonk back on loan. It hasn't worked. That's that one. The prediction for this one, as we know, is to finish 24th. Right, rock bottom. So I don't know about this one. I think it's okay. My big worry is that we have to have Langstaff up top again. Looking at it, it looks like a decent team. And we know that there's plenty of cover there. We've got a couple of players injured at the moment, including Boateng, Corones. But we have decent cover. And so, again, we have problems with Lukic and Lee Skang being the goalkeepers. And I know we're going to have problems with those goalkeepers. But there are some decent players who've come in. I have changed the starting team for all of these saves because I've tried to put in as many players who are familiar with each other, like the whole of the back row. That's my rugby talk. The whole of the back line, hopefully, are familiar with each other. Sibuk will probably come in here for Bolter because I want them to know each other. I want familiarity and how we play quite high early in the season. But these players who have come in, they will come in, I think, and do a very good job for us as the season progresses. There's not much in terms of change. If we look at that team, it hasn't changed much. There are good players to come in, Bolter being one, Carrington, Boateng, and Corones, Jody Jones. There are good players to come in, but he's bought a lot of younger players to develop for the future and stayed with this general nucleus of this team. Is it going to do it? The media pundits don't think so. I think it's probably going to finish around 15th, 16th. That's my guess, not 24th. I think they're better than 24th. Probably 15th or 16th. And then I think this one is my favourite. The final one is my favourite. And this came in from Andy. And Andy not only... so we don't make changes yet. Not only had what looks like a good transfer window, but he changed the tactic. And he decided to change the tactic. This is outrageous. If you actually have a look at the pre-season, good win against Manchester United and beat Tranmere by 3-0. So pre-season, beating Manchester United was a very, very good result. Still have to play against Forest. And I'm not quite sure why he didn't go up to the first game of the season. But not to worry. I think that This one is the strangest one of all, but I like it, and it's a little bit more imaginative. And if we have a look at the transfers to come in still, we have a contract being discussed or considered for this guy Reneke, but he's also considering contracts from a number of other people. His jumping reach and heading ability are incredible. He can also mark extremely well, and his tackling is very, very good. I mean, he looks like a class player. We'd like to get him in, but there's a ton of teams actually fighting for his services. If we get lucky and get him in, that would be a great, great signing. And also, those are just staff players going out. He's got Lukic has rejected all these offers. We need to get rid of Lukic, I think. And then Brad McGregor has also just rejected an offer. In terms of the finances, struggling a little bit. 15,000 over the top, but still 371 in the kitty. So going back to the transfers. Oh, let's go back to the league table. The prediction for this one, season preview, is to finish in 23rd. So, but I think that might be a little... I mean, these media guys, they hate Notts County. I don't think this tactic will finish in 23rd. I feel quite good about this for some reason, or at least I feel like it's interesting. But let's go back to the transfers and see what he's done. In terms of transfers out, Aaron Collins went out, got 3.5 million for Aaron Collins. That was probably a good deal. Calabresi 1.2 million, so there's 4.7 million coming in, and Casey Palmer he let go. So he brought in about 6.2 million there, which was quite good business, I would have thought. Kane Wilson 250,000, and Tony Sibuk 300,000. So he brought in about 7 million. So that was quite astute, really. And then if we look at what he did in terms of bringing players in, players who came in June, there's quite a lot of players who've come in June. So Alfie Bavidge was the first to come in. Bavidge, who is a striker. Again, he's not brilliant, but he can finish a bit, and his composure's not bad. I wouldn't say he's brilliant, that he's young. He could improve in the future. He's got pace, so he probably wouldn't be a bad player. So he was the first to come in. And where are we here? So that was Bavidge. And then Fabrici Hartman came in on a free. He can play all the way up the left. Again, he's like a squad player, like even emergency player. I wouldn't select him as a first team player, but probably useful to have sitting around. Aaron O'Reilly also came in on a free. He's a centre back. He's 22. He's not brilliant either. He wouldn't be first team material by any stretch of the imagination. And Josh Adam came in on a free from Manchester City, 22 years old. I would have expected him to be better coming from Manchester City, but again, he's not the greatest player in the world. He's another fringe player that Andy's brought in. And then Ephron Mason Clark. He is a decent player. He is quite useful, and possibly could be playing on the right wing as well as on the left, as the attacking mid on the left-hand side. He is a good player, and that's a good signing, I think, coming in from Sheffield United. 165k bargain. And then Cher Undo came in from Paris Saint-Germain. Midfielder, deep line playmaker, can tackle, can mark, good mentors for this level, and kind of player I need in this midfield. But as he's playing differently, And whether we could revert back to the tactic that I was using from this is debatable. Ben Christine, again, he's turned up. He turned up in all 3 saves. And so probably was quite easy to get in. Owen Beck also turned up again. He was in 2 of the 3 windows. I think he's a good player. He'll do well. And well, finally, still going on, a lot of transfers coming in. Harry Brook came in from Norwich, a midfielder. Again, youngster, not ready yet for the first team. Hoffernan from Newcastle, centre-back, probably will do a decent job. He's not brilliant by any stretch, but will do a decent job. Mackenzie Lamb, again, a youngster who he's probably not ever going to make it. And it does say might not have the required ability. Doesn't look to me like he's going to make it. Jedi, again, another youngster, might make it. He is a prospect, but not first team at the moment. These all are freebies. And then Mella, who is 25 years old, came in on a freebie. Again, I wouldn't say that he's going to set the world on fire. Francis Clark, central defender, who's fairly young, not very good, and probably not just going to be anywhere near my first team. Jay Williams, again, 19 years old, one for the future. Probably won't even make it. Louis Barry, Andy's brought in a lot of young players here. Can play on the left and can play up top. Finishing is good for a winger. So he probably is a good signing. Not a bad signing, Louis Barry. Coming from Aston Villa on a free. Here's this goalkeeper again. Really good goalkeeper. Stolasic. Stutter from Chelsea on a free is a pressing forward. Again, we're seeing this finishing 13, composure 11, but he does have a lot of pace. He's 21 years old. Loads of development left in him. Then True Grant came in from Manchester City. There's a goalkeeper, one for the future. And Josh Robinson came in on a free, deep line playmaker. Excellent tackling. I like this guy. He's got excellent tackling. His passing is exceptional. This guy would be pretty near to first team regular. Could do a very good job, that guy. Josh Robinson is the guy we were just looking at, isn't it? Mengi came in centre-back. He's useful. He's not very good heading-wise, but his jumping reach is good. Still couldn't get rid of Langstaff. It's like, it's a nightmare. I've been trying to get rid of him for 3 seasons, Andy. And we have, he's not bad. He would probably be first-team material. Brendan Kayla, midfielder, centre mid on support, lovely. I worry about his tackling, but his mentals are quite good. His tackling and marking. He's more of a creative sort, rather than the get your foot in type of player, which I need. But in this system, he might work extremely well. And another midfielder, 21-year-old Kayla, looks good to me. For this level, looks very decent, and came in quite cheap. And then Kai Andrews, another forward who's 19 years old, one for the future, I think. Has good finishing, good composure. Mentals are not there, or his physicals yet, though. A lot of work to do on him. And Miles Bolter, again, it's very difficult to know where to play him. But in this system, it's even harder in this system, Andy, as to where to play him. And then Connor Bradley, you also brought in Connor Bradley, although I'm not quite sure why at the end of the day, because you don't use fullbacks or wingbacks. So again, I've decided to train him up as a as a right winger and see what he can do there. At least I think I've done that already. So we'll have a look at Andy's system now. And Andy swears by this, although I have asked Andy politely if I can actually test this tactic. Andy said he's got this team to the top position. He did play, and he did send me the save, fair play, that he holidayed until March, and Notts County were sitting at the top, 6 points clear of everybody else. I don't know. I look at this team and I see big, huge open spaces. I worry about 3 ball-playing defenders in the championship here. And I wonder if that's the right thing to be doing here. I'm actually thinking maybe we should be looking at a central defender on defend here. The central defender, maybe we have ball player on cover. And then we'll have like a wide centre-back. If we put a wide centre-back on support and then put this guy as a defensive winger on defend, then we're going to have someone moving up into this midfield area and he will cover when he does move up. I mean, I do worry about this. They are very narrow. Ball-playing defenders. And there's very little cover at the back. So if we have him as a defensive winger on support, there are going to be big gaps. The other thing we could think about doing is asking them to stay wider. So he's going to sit more out here. But that instruction refers only to when we have the ball. But if we turn the ball over, he's already going to be wider when the ball is turned over. That's the way I look at it. I don't know. This is about as risky as it comes. Eye-watering results. I mean, really, you want to play these with ball-playing defenders, Andy? I mean, I really think we need to go with this. I think this has to be the one that we go with. I mean, blimey. And really, you want both of these wingers on support? I mean, a defensive winger, as far as I understand it, the defensive winger's job is to put pressure on the fullback. So if you are playing high up the pitch, then the fullback will be in this area here. So the winger will be high up the pitch. And then that would make sense to me in terms of an attacking system. But if they are pushing us back, then he's putting pressure on their fullbacks in this area, which should mean that there is defensive cover in these areas. However, quick counterattacks and suddenly we might find... You see, I notice you've got counter press and counter on. What if you held shape? How would that actually affect... No, I like this one, Andy. I think we should go with this one. This is like, it's different. I'm pretty sure everybody's fed up of the boring football I've been playing. Although it's getting results, it's getting a bit stale for people, I guess. This is exciting and new. And as a defensive winger, if they're pushing us back, he will be back here, still putting pressure on the fullback. That's his job. We could also just give him an extra instruction to not to mark a specific player, but to mark the defender left. So we could give him that instruction so that wherever that fullback goes, he's going with him. That's a possibility. We will have to change that, of course, if it's we're playing against a 3 at the back and there's a wing back. So we'd have to change that. Remember to change that with a wing back. It's just for me. It's just having this cover down here, and would these defensive wingers work? Also, is there enough attacking threat? A pressing forward and an advanced forward on attack. They're both high up the pitch. None of them are coming out of this area. They're not coming too far down the pitch. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it's the fun way of playing this, isn't it? And given that we're not going to get promoted, if we play the way I've been playing, we're not going to get promoted. That is a safe tactic. This, on the other hand, is not safe. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. They've got good players in here. Players who possibly are good enough. Interesting how Langstaff in one of the saves is a 4-star player, but in this one he's only a 3-star player. Which must mean that there are very good players in amongst this team. And there are some good players who can also play in the old system. I was looking at this. You have wing-backs and full-backs on the left in Fernandez and Penny. Looking at the right, do we have... He's another one who can play as a defender left. So if we wanted to adapt this at a later time, we have one, Connor Bradley, who's a defender on the right. So later it wouldn't be that difficult to adapt it to back to a 4 at the back. So I like this. And, I've got to admit, Andy, when I saw your save, I kind of thought that can't be possible. That this is way too attacking. It's going to cause huge problems at the back with these ball-playing defenders. The fact that you have this mega high-intensity tactic, you have this line that's so high up the pitch, trigger pressing, getting stuck in. I was kind of thinking it can't be possible. Thank you, Vixen. Good to see you. Haven't seen you for a long time, mate. Haven't seen you for a long time. Hope that things are going well for you, and happy to see you again. Mason Clark as a defensive winger, though, that's one thing I wouldn't do. I think he's defensive. Yeah, tackling is 4. Marking is 3. He's not the greatest of players. He is on a support duty. There are probably better options. If we go and have a look at the... Yeah, there's an issue here because there are no defensive... There are no right wingers. So we'd have to somehow bring in a right winger. There is money still available, isn't there? But not much. And it still is possible that the director of football is also knowledgeable that we don't have a right winger. Yeah, it is a bit, Andy. So, yeah, I mean, quite right about... Oh, blimey. Oh, that is really bad, Vix, and I hope that you can get that sorted really soon. I'm still waiting for my treatment, and it's not happening. And it's frustrating, and I hope you get it sorted soon. Really do. Oh, blimey. Well, I mean, I think we should try it. I think it's different, and if it all goes wrong, I can just blame Andy. I mean, this is like giving your save away to other people is quite fun and yet really scary. Definitely not, Vixen. Definitely not. So this is quite scary because I like giving it the tactic to Andy, giving the transfer window to Andy, and then going and playing with. But it's fun. But still, need a pasty, absolutely. And I quite like it though, Andy. And if you say you got them to top and 6 points clear, I got to admit though, I did try it myself, and I played up to November. Just went on holiday and let the assistant manager do it, and I'm afraid I was in 17th at the end of it. So I don't know if you got a fluke or whether or not the two assistant managers are different. I don't know. But hey, let's try it with a human being. I'm quite fascinated by this. I really want to go with this one. And blame your assistant manager. Andy now, of course, it becomes assistant manager. Attacking? I mean, Andy, for goodness sake. High tempo. Have we got? Let's have a look. Comparison. Let's go. I mean, look at this. Look at this nonsense. Physicals. Acceleration is good. Pace is good. That's it. Agility and balance are not good. Mentals. They're not very aggressive team. Mentals are terrible. Passing. Well, their vision is 10.92. Technical passing is 11. Can they do this high tempo? Can they do this really high tempo passing game? With this high press. Let's have a look at their press. Acceleration is good. So they could press. Their acceleration is good. Balance was terrible, but not the... So pace, acceleration, fitness, 12.85 is quite good actually for fitness. So not bad for that. And mentals, aggression, closing down, pressing them doesn't seem something that they're going to be really good at. Decisions, 11.5. Teamwork, 11. Teamwork, 11. Work rate, 12. 12 is decent for a championship team, I guess. 13 would mean that they're good at it. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. The technicals. So looking at it, like counter press, I'd say no, but if we'll try it, I'd say definitely no counter-attacking. Yeah, I'd say counter-attack because they do have pace and their passing isn't bad. So I'd say counter-attack, yes. Counter-press? I don't know. Attacking? I don't know. Again, it's about chance creation. And because our forwards are so poor, then you have to get up the pitch and cram the box and take your chance at the back. I have to think about how much pace do we have at the back. So if we have a look at the defenders and have a look at their pace. Acceleration at the back is very good, and pace at the back. Wait. Yeah, acceleration is very good for the defenders and pace. So you're probably right. Let's play with a high... Let's play with a high line. And did you play attacking when you played it through to March, or did you play positive? I think somewhere you said that you played positive, not attacking. I can't remember. What did you do? I can't see what you said. Did you play positive, Andy, or did you play attacking most of the time? I'd be tempted to go. I'd be tempted just to do positive. So was that positive, Andy, or was it attacking? Because I'm sure you said you played positive most of the time, but I can't find the comment now. I mean, I would be tempted to to keep it at attacking. I mean, you're pushing forward so much. You're pushing high up the pitch. You're counter-attacking. You're counter-pressing. And I think you should be in an attacking mode with this much higher line. You're going to get scores. I mean, I did when I played it up until November or whatever it was. I was getting scores like 7-4. And we won 7-4 once. We lost 6-3 and 6-2. Attacking and just went on holiday. I actually don't know. We do need to get a right winger in. We're desperately short of a right winger. Connor Bradley, we can train him to be a right winger. He can do that job. And that's not a big deal. So midfielder right, defensive winger on support. We can train him to do that. Give him some defensive positioning training. Needs to up his marking and his tackling. But we really need to bring in one good solid. And Mason Clark, it does say he can play as a defensive winger on support. But I think we should go and... yeah, he is already being trained at that. But his tackling and his marking leaves something to be desired. But he might be useful just in terms of putting pressure on the fullback. So I'm prepared to go with this. And let's go and play against Forest. Josh Vella. It's a nice player, but too old, I think. Let's go and play against Forest and see how we get on. Let's not worry about... We know they're going to be better than us. But let's just see how we get on against them. I mean, we can see that you've had two very good results already. Beating Manchester United, that is absolutely fabulous. Bolter Robertson. Who's Ronnie Sutter? He wants Sutter playing as the right winger. No, let's not do that. I'm going to go with the team that I had. Alfie Bavidge and Louis Barry. Let's see who I've got. I've got Langstaff and Mellor up there. Bavidge, if we put Bavidge in there. Nah. Mellor's a better player, isn't he? And who was the other one he wanted? He was completely different to me. Louis Barry. So Louis Barry, where's Louis Barry? Not bad. Maybe we should be putting Louis Barry in there for Langstaff. But I'm prepared to start things off with Langstaff. Watch him mess things up and then change him. Let's go with that team. But try and find a right winger. I suppose what we need to do is go to our scouting and get rid of one of these. Do I need both of those? He's not doing anything, so we'll get rid of that one. And we'll go and just look for a midfield right. Defensive winger. We'll try and make him a good player. And maybe we'll knock that down a bit. Nah, why not? Knock it down a bit. And 15 and 30. We've got to be looking for... Can't do region. Interesting. So we'll look in England. We'll have it ongoing. And we will, just for giggles, work permit chance is likely. And we'll confirm that. And then we'll set about looking for a defensive winger. We could also go and have a look to see if we have already scouted one. I'll go to the search. It doesn't look like it. We have nobody in the players scouted. Players in range. Brad Potts. There we go. Would be a very good signing. Doesn't cost anything. He's 32 years old, but fits the bill as a defensive winger on support. Tackling isn't brilliant. Marking isn't brilliant, but he's a 3.5 star. Knows his business, so he could probably do the business. So we'll add him to the short list for a little while. He's also in good form. So not a bad player, him. And who's this? Basil Tuna. Basil Faulty. Not much of a defensive winger, I'm afraid. Ben Elliott. No, again, he's not a defensive winger, is he? And, hate Brad Potts, number 2 on a night out while playing for Blackburn. Oh, really? Ryan Fraser. Is he the one I'm thinking of? Possibly. Is he a defensive winger? Can play as a defensive winger. He's not aggressive enough, though, for my liking to play as as that kind of... And then Josh Morris. These are all old. They're all old. But Brad Potts looks like he would be a good defensive winger. We can forgive him his exploits in Blackpool. But he can also play in a number of other positions, cover a lot of other positions for us. I quite like him as a player, not as may not be toilet trained, but as a player, he's quite useful. So we're going to go and play some football against Nottingham Forest on top of a car. And that, of course, everybody had that, didn't they? The Sunderland job offer. We've done really well. If Sunderland are coming to us, then we must have done good. So we're going to decline that. And Brisbane have made an offer. No, we don't want to loan him. We want cash. Absolutely. He can have the number 2 shirt. Oh, why did you decline? Because I'm not interested. And Ben would be very upset. I don't feel it's the right thing to do. Newspapers ask stupid questions. Mind your own business is probably the best answer. And what's has to recommend a signing and make sure it is... I suppose we could, because we've got a few quid left. Not much, but I suppose we could go to... I mean, he's a centre-back, isn't he? We could go to the director of football and ask him if he's got any suggestions. He's got a couple of suggestions. There's Vargas. Probably not a bad player. He's like can play as a fullback, so he'd be a good defensive winger. He's got a little bit of pace. He's got good pace, a little bit of acceleration. His first touch is very good. Pass. He probably could do a decent job. It's a bit pricey though. Is he available for loan? Don't know. So Vargas and then Faber. We know nothing about him. Transfer status, nothing set. Perotta. Again, he plays as a fullback and a wing-back, so it would be a good defensive option as a winger. So 11, marking 11, maybe 10 or 11, that's not bad. He could do the job. 24,000 to 240,000. Form is decent. So, a couple of options. So we'll add him to the shortlist as well. And then we'll have a look, see what the scout comes up with. And then Nottingham Forest. How has the Rob Apter developed in this save? I don't know, you'll have to ask Andy that question. They're very familiar with this kind of play, Andy. It's like they've played 2 games and you've got them. Their familiarity is almost perfect. I don't know how you've done this, and you should be doing tutorials, Andy, on how to set these things up. We'll ask the assistant to control that. Yeah, who is Rob Apter? There's a number of players not familiar with the tactic individually. But I think we'll go with that. And let's go and see. I actually want to see how this tactic works out. I noticed, Andy, that you play in 2D. Is that true? That you were actually playing matches in 2D? Did you actually just look at how the shape was? I think we're going to see a ton of goals. There is going to be a ton of goals, and I'm not going to get upset, whatever happens, because I think we are going to win some, and we're going to... So yeah, you've got it set for 2D, Andy. Is that something that you do? And then match speed is how I like it. Which is quite interesting, Andy. Replays. Okay. Let's go and play. I'm dying to see how this plays out. I'm absolutely dying to see how this plays out. And Nottingham Forest is a very good test. It's a very good test. Yeah, get the fans. The fans would appreciate you putting on a show out there. And let's go. I don't know if I can look, Andy. Oh boy. So that's yeah, the zooms are okay. Everything's okay. So I'm just looking at these spaces. This is where we might have a problem. The teams who play really wide are going to like demolish us in those spaces. Because Langstaff having his normal brilliant game. I'm thinking about instructions. And nothing seems to be happening at the moment. It's all very quiet. Not a shot in anger yet after 10 minutes. For all this attacking, not a shot in anger from either team. Now come on, boys. Come on, win the ball. Nicely done. Come on, Langstaff. Well done, Langstaff. So this is your defensive winger. He is running with the ball, so he has got an attacking role to him. Nice cross. What a good header by Langstaff, because that was slightly behind him. So we haven't done bad. Oh, wait, come on. Where's that? Where's the registration of that shot? There it is. Oh, there it is. To the other side. That was good play. So the winger will get forward on that support duty. Maybe if we are leading, then you could put it on. You put them on defense so they don't go forward. And you could then increase the passing directness so that they play more direct. Oh, blimey. Oh, well. All right, is that it, Andy? Is that it? 2-4 is a prediction. 5-0 Forest. Well, there's no stopping that one. And that was pretty poor defensively. Central defence were poor. They didn't close him down. But that's a function, I guess, of the opposition instructions. Not the players. So let's go and sort that out. He's had a little look now. There's still no closing down going on here, is there? So that is a function of the assistant manager being quite poor at his job. But it looks rather laboured, doesn't it, for a high tempo, high pressing game. They look rather laboured. The short, I guess that's the short passing, isn't it? How wide are you playing, Andy? How wide is it? Oh, that was Langstaff again, was it? That boy is horrid. He cannot shoot. And yet he has got the best attributes of all of the forwards. And I don't know why he's not able to find the target. Go on, son. Go on, have a run. Who is that? Mella. Fairly wide. Oh, he's put it in. An own goal. Goes down as an own goal. It must have been deflected. Oh, what happened there? Who deflected it in? Is he saying it's Panzo deflected it in? It's a very slight deflection. So it's 1-1. I think that this tactic is just going to... You're going to see goals on tons of them. Going to be tons of goals in this. Look at how badly we're getting caught on the counter-attack there. Good save, though. Good save. I think attacking, we're going to be so vulnerable. Which is why I was kind of thinking to, like, just hold shape. Don't need to counter-attack. If we've got that, we're playing high up the pitch anyway. You don't need to send bodies like flying up the pitch. So if we look at, I mean, fairly wide, is it fairly wide? Be a little bit more compact. I really don't know. I really don't know. Run at the defence, is that a good idea? The dribbling skills are not brilliant. But so far, so good. Mella dribbled and sent that cross in. And that's kind of like, it's going to be very open, I think. And we're going to concede lots of goals, but maybe we will score goals as well. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But I'm kind of tempted to just say to them, hold shape against Forest. Because otherwise they might do this to us a little bit too much. So I'm going to do that just for now. We're still going to have this high press. We're still going to be playing in their half. We're just not going to go bonkers counter-attacking. Just not going to go... I would say we've been unlucky. Well, they didn't respond too well to that. Where's the keep going? They weren't playing... get out there. Show me why you deserve a place. That'd do it. That'd wind them up, wouldn't it? Especially you, Langstaff, you idiot. The overlap with a higher tempo kind of contradicts how the overlap works. Not really. No, it wouldn't do that. It's like people say that you can't do pass into space and work the ball into the box. They complement each other, I think. It's not that they're going to do it all the time. They won't overlap. They won't look for the overlap all the time. It's kind of like people think if I click that button, they're going to do it all the time. It's just click that button gives them an extra option. So it kind of leans towards something rather than telling them you have to do that all the time. You don't have to do it all the time. It just gives them another strong option, basically. It's like work the ball into the box and pass into space are often a very good combination if you've got fast advanced forwards. Oh, that was a chance. Mella, you idiot. Oh, that was a big chance. Both forwards are having nightmares. It might be time to... Yeah, but I can understand where you're coming from, DA, because it does suggest that it's a contradiction. But it's like counter press and counter attack and hold shape. If you click hold shape, it doesn't mean they're never going to counter attack. It just means they're going to wait until it's a little bit more sensible rather than doing it all the time. Mella, you're having a shocking game at the moment. Which is why I like the hold shape, because it means that they'll just wait. I'm going to get these two boys off the pitch. They're absolutely shocking. Fernandez is not playing all that well, is he? Donkey. It's these three. So we do have plenty of left wingers, don't we? Who is the vibrator? He's probably decent. Probably decent. Let's get the vibrator on there. And 6.6 for Mella, and I've got two strikers on the bench, haven't we? We've got Louis Barry. Is he better as a pressing forward or as an advanced forward? Advanced forward. Let's put him up there. Lots of pace. And then let's give Bavage his shot. Let's give him a chance. Because those two boys have been absolutely dreadful. Mason Clark. I don't have much option, though, in terms of... We could play Connor Bradley. He can come on, have a game there. And for now, I think that's all I'll do. He's buzzing. And what's going on? I shouldn't do this with, like, changing them as the corner is being taken. That's not good. But so far, so good. We are holding Nottingham Forest. Who got goals? Which one of them got goals for you, Andy? Langstaff, Shutter or Bavage? Louis Barry got goals for you, I guess. I'm sure you're not referring to Langstaff. I mean, this is high press stuff. This is like high up the pitch, but it is controlled. They're controlling it quite nicely. That's a good cross. Oh. But this is where you want to be in shape, because this is where you'd get caught quite a lot. So staying in shape there would be the thing to do. And hopefully that was the computer saying well done for staying in shape. Now we do have a tired boy here, Shirtendor. And he's quite tired. Fitzgerald is also a Mazzala, I remember. Corness is tired, but DM's. He's not. Is he a ball winner? Harry Brook. Yeah, let's put him on there. And let's leave it at that for the time being. 29 goals for Louis Barry. 29 goals. Interesting. Oh, we are certainly giving them a game. I think we've given Nottingham Forest from the Premier League a very, very good game. And we've dominated the possession despite the fact that it's really high tempo. Just need to keep an eye on these central defenders now. Need to probably give somebody a rest in a minute. Is that a penalty, referee? Come on, Brooke, come on. Chance, chance! Oh. If we can beat Nottingham Forest and beat Manchester United, Andy, I think you've discovered something here. Although I am still extremely worried about going into the league games playing this attacking. But hey ho, we've got to try something. That's a penalty, referee. We're absolutely dominating the game now, taking them apart. Mengi is tired and needs to come off. So yeah, I quite like this, Andy. This at least will be entertaining. It's going to be some very entertaining football with this, I think. Let's get Mengi off, shall we? Oh, what have you made me do, Andy? Oh, central defender, Mackenzie Lamb or Kumozo. He's not a central defender. 6'5", though. I like that. Not very good at heading the ball, but 6'5". And who was the other one? Mackenzie Lamb. No, it's not him, is it? It's getting used to this. This is quite tricky, getting used to somebody's Kumozo, isn't it? He's coming on for a little bit of a run out. Yeah, I mean, I actually have got to hold my hands up, Andy. It's what I do. I let the assistant deal with all that. It's really all about time. Oh, that was a good save. It's just time and It's like when I did that video. There's so many things you don't have to do. You can be successful without having to even bother. And so I don't do them either. I just recently discovered that. I used to do everything. I'm going to come off, get stuck in now, because that might cost us. So I'm just going to come off, get stuck in. I'm worried about this high line at the moment as well. It's only going to take one header, and there it is. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. The game sometimes is horrible. We've been every bit as good as Nottingham Forest, probably better. And they just haven't really hurt us, but they are a better team than us, I suppose. What a shame. But it is Nottingham Forest from the Prem. Or at least I think they're still in the Prem. If they're in the Championship, still not a bad result. But not what we wanted. Oh, well, we could equalise. Go on, FM. Be nice. Be nice. No, it's not going to be nice. That's it. Full time. A local derby. Notts County 1. Nottingham Forest 2. Unlucky boys. So they're clearly they're clearly in the Prem, aren't they? Yeah, they're a Premier League team. So we're not going to be too upset about that. That actually is not a bad result. That's a pretty good result, but it's just a shame that we lost, because I don't think we deserve to lose. Josh Robinson reportedly worried following rumours that you intend to replace him with the new signings Matt Bolter. Who is Josh Robinson? He's not a bad player, actually. Let's just have a chat with him. That you intend to replace him with... Oh, this is the newspaper, is it? Oh, we don't want to chat about that to the newspapers. My normal starting lineup was Stolrich, Bolter, Robinson, and Mengi. In terms of switching those over, Bolter in the middle. Robinson and Mengi. So we got Stolrich, Bolter. So Robinson in the middle. Bolter, Robinson, Mengi. No side preference. No side preference. No side preference, so that works for everybody. And then Coroness and Fitznadur, Coroness, Fitznadur, and Bradley. So you're going to be playing Barry as the pressing forward? No, as the advance forward. And Sutter. As the pressing forward, that works. So Corness, I'm not quite sure about your midfield though. Beck in midfield? Or Beck on the wing? Because I don't know what you've been doing, Andy. Beck on the wing. Bolter. Absolutely, you've got me so confused. You got Beck on the wing, I guess. Fitz. Who's Fitz? Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald as the box-to-box. Well, he's definitely one of the better players. Undor, yeah. And Bradley. Connor Bradley. Yeah, he can't play there yet, but hopefully one day. Barry and Sutter up front. Beck left DW. Yeah, got him. Hello, user. How you doing? Oh my goodness. So that is your first team. I'm quite prepared to go along with that. Why are these players unregistered? Matt Penny is unregistered. Let's go and have a look at the squad. 24, so I've got room for one. Comuso is under 21, that's fine. Mackenzie Lamb is wanted and not really sure about keeping him. Can probably leave. Miles Bolter. Who is he? Oh, that's that guy. He's on loan. So I guess he needs to be playing, doesn't he? But he's young. I think he's young, isn't he? Yeah, he doesn't need to be registered. And then Matt Penny. He's out of contract. He's got to go. Why is he still here if he's out of contract? Harry Brook, and the other one is Brandon Kayla, 21. Now, I don't think he's under 21, is he? Ronnie Sutter is under 21. So if we go back to tactics. Matt Penny, yes, we know about him. Kayla is the one we just added, and Mackenzie Lamb, gonna let him go. So Ronnie Sutter is under 21. Matt Penny doesn't matter about him. Harry Brooks, Keola, 25, confirm selection. Good. Is Chien French for dog? Where did that come from? Oh, is that one of the players' names? Yep, hi Space Gazette, I'm good. How are you doing, mate? No, we don't want to loan Lukic. No, we're not loaning him. Come in with some money. Oh, Corness is injured now, is he? Eaton, under 18s manager. Not worried about that. I'm going to look at these, and they're probably... Actually, no, they're not very pacey. So, I am a bit concerned about the line being so high. Oh, that's fantastic, mate. I hope that goes really well for you. What is the movie about? What is the movie about, mate? Choose the captain. I think I'd prefer it the other way around. Make the goalkeeper captain. I think that's the way that... Now, let's go. Let's do what he said. Don't upset the apple cart. At this stage, I'm just getting used to things. Coming up to the first game of the season. Let's not upset the apple cart at this point. Kayla's out now with a pulled groin. Hi Harry, how are you doing? Nice to see you here in the live stream. We're actually it's kind of my live stream, but it's not. It's Andy Taylor's live stream because every season we put it out to people to choose to go through the transfer window. And Andy has changed the tactic this time, and so we are going to go with Andy's this time to see how well we can do with this. I have my doubts, but we'll give it our best shot. Currently a slight weakness. Yeah, okay, if there are weaknesses. And okay. Try long range passing. Good at passing. Yeah, that's probably a good trait for him, actually. Let's give that one to him. Dives into tackles. Nope, nope, nope. Hillaby. 15 years old as a winger. Nothing to do with me, that. Under 18's manager can deal with him. What have we got all these targets for? You've told him he can play in his favoured position, Andy? Epfron, Mason, Clark. And to improve the first team coaching. He's going to be out the door very soon. He's not going to be happy, Bunny. As a left winger with inside forward role. That's not good. Mengi will use him. Oh, God. Yeah, central defender. He doesn't want to be a ball player. Mengi. Well, you've promised two of them. You'd improve the coaching staff. That's not my job. Preferred position as a central defender. So Mengi we can switch. Keep him happy immediately. And switch him to a central defender. That'll keep him happy. And inside forward on the left isn't going to happen, my friend. Because we don't have an inside forward on the left. You lied to him. You've let me down there, Andy. I'm right in the crap now. I'm gonna have to try and appease him. Keating would benefit. Oh, he's a goalkeeper. Okay. Leesgang. Oh, that's going to upset him. Yeah. Piet Harris. It's going to upset him as well. Nope. Got to deal with Leesgang here now. He's worth a bit of money, actually, Leesgang. Is it possible we could sell him? Who is the goalkeepers that we've got in this squad? See, he's the number one goalkeeper, and Lukic is still here. Let's sell Leesgang. That's a good idea. Let's yeah, be as irritable as you like, because you're out the door. Unfortunately, you're just not part of my plans anymore. It's a bit harsh, that, isn't it? But I've noticed your fitness, not fitness levels. I want to make sure everyone. I just say you're not part of my plans anymore. I'm going to move forward with this, and then we'll put him on the transfer list. I think he'll sell. Leesgang will sell. Transfer status, we will transfer list him. And I don't care whether you shouldn't have made a fuss and you'd still be here. We'll leave it unspecified for the moment. Hopefully we'll get some offers in for Leesgang, because he's a decent player. There must be some idiots out there who are willing to buy him. But it's a lot of money. I mean, it would be nice if we could get a bit of cash in. In real life, Mason Clark ripped Blackpool. Andy. Camuso, Notts County. No. We've only got 4 central defenders for a 3 at the back tactic. Owen Beck, Louis Barry. We didn't get this central defender either. He's gone to Burnley. He would have been good. He would have been a very useful player. Josh Bowler. Yeah, I would love that. I wonder, because could we get him in on loan? Ooh. Oh, he's out of contract. He would be a very good right winger, wouldn't he? Let's go and ask his agent. Would want some, minimum release fees, don't bother me, we're not going to give him that. Would want a relegation release, because only 825? 7k. Let's, if we could all be up for negotiation rather than boxed in. Doesn't see any reason to lock things. Good. Cool. I mean, he's got to be a good signing for free, hasn't he? No, we don't want that locked in either. We can have him as an important player. I don't have any problems with that. 8.75, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can give you all this stuff if you come up with the goods. I don't have a problem with that. Sell on percentage fees. These I have a problem with. 825, that's not much. Let's take it up to 1 point. Let's take it up to 2.5. He's not going to like that. Relegation release form. 750. He's not going to like that. That's pointless, isn't it? Who's not going to come in for him? I can't do anything about that. He's locked it. Oh well, I've got to have a winger. Somebody's going to come in for him at the end of the year and buy him, but that's okay. Now we've got to sell somebody because I need to recoup these wages because I'm going to be in big trouble. Hetham and Mengi, Josh Robinson, Fitzgerald. No, I'm going to go with the team that that Andy suggested. Beck, Fitzgerald. They're all fit, aren't they? Well, Bolter is unregistered. What? Why is he unregistered now? Everything was fine just now. Okay, somebody has to go. Oh, we're just the perfect candidate to leave out. We can leave Lee Gang out. He must have played Barry on the right wing. That's really weird. Lee Gang is not registered, but where's my other goalkeepers? We've got Lukic. Where's Lukic gone? Did you put him in the under-21s, Andy? What's he doing in the under-21s? He's got to be registered now as well, hasn't he? That's a bit of a bummer. That's why he's in the under-21s. Now that's a problem, isn't it? We got a big problem here. Oh, Lukic is already registered and he's just in in the reserve. So what on earth was going on? What have you done there, Andy? Using up a registered place. Where is Lukic now? He can go up there. Matt Penny comes out. So Fernandez comes there. All of these are remove. Mackenzie Lamb, is he transfer listed? I don't really mind what you want. You're transfer listed. And Matt Penny, out of contract. Is he earning money at the moment? Or is he, I don't know what his contract says. He's earning 7,750. Let's release him. There's no point in having him. Matt Penny. Release on a free. Yes. He's earning $7,000 a week. Like, I'm not going to be doing anything. Yeah, he's got to be released. Has to be released. Notts County seeking a Jones loan deal. Who is Jones? Has he only got one name? Stephen Jones. Quite like him. Quite like him. From what I can see, offer made for Jones. We'll have that. Liam Cullen. And we'll go and play our first game of the season, Andy style. We're ready to rock and roll. It'd be quite good if we can get Bowler in. What's his name? Is it Bowler? Josh Bowler. And if we can then get that Stephen Jones in, those would be two good signings, I think. And then I'll be happy with this squad. Whether or not I'll be happy with the tactic, we are about to find out. Andy, you're on the line now. Blackpool to loan. We can make him available for loan now, Leescan, can't we? It'll bring money in. He's worth a lot of money. We'll hold on to it. 7.2. We'll put a value on him of 5 million. Just to get rid of him. Rotherham have made a Bowler offer. That's all I need. And we're playing Rotherham today. Scorey is a technical director. Oh boy, Bowler is not going to come here now. He's going to go to Rotherham, isn't he? So it's very important we beat Rotherham to show Bowler just exactly what we're talking about here. And we'll do that. Attacking to balanced. Assistant's having a fit here, Andy. He's having an absolute fit. Bradley on the wing. I don't know. Is Bradley the right person to be on the wing? I don't have anybody else at the moment. He can play there-ish. Yep, let's go and play. I just don't want to. I don't want to watch. Oh boy. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting season. If I get sacked, I get sacked. It really matters not. But it's certainly an exciting tactic, this, Andy. Who's that? Unsure. Robinson is unsure. We got this, boys. No problem. It's only Rotherham. That's why I went on holiday. Yeah, if you get sacked, you don't have to face the board then, do you? They just sack you. This getting stuck in. I'm a bit worried about that because giving free kicks away may not be the greatest thing to do. But it should be okay for a while. I've got to trust your tactic, Andy. Well done, Beck. Nicely done. They are putting a little bit of a press on, aren't they? It's not that high a press, but they have got a little bit of a press on us. Got a high defensive line. If we can get behind them, they've got a very high defensive line. And there's the lack of a winger. Oh, what a chance! Oh, my Lord. Barry. Louis Barry, what a chance. Certainly the better team at the moment. It's definitely the better team at the moment. Go on, son. Go on. Robinson, he was a bit unsure before the kick-off, but he's doing all right now. He's a little complacent now, is he? Good cross, good cross. Oh. Have you got mixed crosses on there? No, low crosses. Because, like, this be more expressive. They're not doing as they're told, are they? Just lumping crosses into the box. But you have got hit early crosses, haven't you? Which will mean that the fullbacks will just be hurtling crosses into the box. This is always going to be happening. It's always going to be happening. Just a set piece. And maybe I've got to tell him not to get stuck in. Because we'll give away too many goals from set pieces, free kicks. So don't get stuck in. Oh, that is just tragic. The only problem with this tactic is you can't go attacking. If you're a goal behind, you can't go attacking. And that is telling me that we're not going to win this game. The game is already telling me, you ain't winning this, pal. Because it's making me miss my chances. We've had more chances than them, and then we're missing them. So the game's saying you're not winning this. And there we are, they've had one and scored one. Whereas we are missing all ours. We'll stay with this for a little while. Let's see what happens. Did you win your first game, Andy, or did you lose it? Well, this is not looking right at the moment. Could be personnel. I mean, nobody's playing badly. A couple are playing lazily, I guess. We are going to get caught. Oh, another save. Another chance missed. And I'm wondering if we should be holding our shape. But we'll leave it at this now. There's no need to panic. If they score another one, we'll have to hold our shape. Especially if it's a counter-attack. 3-2 win. But no hit crosses early. Why did you take that off? Oh no, these are they're overlaps. But you haven't got work the ball into the box. I'm going to work the ball into the box. It's a short passing game. So I think they should be working the ball into the box. I don't think we're renowned for our long shooting. We're the better team. Sometimes I despise FM. We're much the better team. It's why are you doing this? They haven't quite figured out how to actually show a game, either in terms of stats or what they show on the pitch. Because every time you lose, you're the better team. We are, in fact, level. And quite rightly so, because we have been the better team. So we've resisted. I mean, working the ball into the box, I think, will work better. And getting the, like, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 people in the penalty area then. So that with low crosses, I think will work a little bit better. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Well, where's the low cross there? Well done, Corness. Corness was a good signing. He was one of my very early signings in this save, wasn't he? The crosses are doing so well from the right-hand side, aren't they? This is working, Andy. There's going to be a lot of goals. We're going to concede tons of goals. And it is going to be in the lap of the gods, this. It's always going to be in the lap of the gods. Can be some high-scoring games, I think. But we are very high up the pitch. That was a foul, referee. Never played the ball at all then. Come on, press. You're told to press. You've got to take the ball off them. That was good. Now, if we can win this back, job done. We have. Nicely done. And at the moment, we're in 10th. I'd say that's a success. Do you think that you're going to beat my 9th of last season, Andy? Do you think this will get us higher than 9th? That's a lovely pass. And that is a lovely goal. Stutter. What a strike. Oh, offside. One of the best goals I've seen in a long time. Has given offside. That is so unfair. What a delightful goal. Go on, you're told to press him. You didn't. You stood off him. Get stuck in there. I don't want you to get stuck in. I just want you to press him. Make him make an error. There's that right-hand side again. It's going well down that right-hand side. Who's playing as that right winger? Connor Bradley, who really can't play in that position. He's in. Oh. Depends on my... I don't have any management skills, Andy. I don't really have any. So let's compare me to an assistant manager. Is it going to be higher than 9th or lower? I need a prediction, Andy. Oh, don't you dare score from a set piece again. I will not be happy. I mean, looking at it, it's interesting. I'll be very surprised if we don't concede a ton of goals. They're not pressing very well. Their press is terrible, and you can see from the graphics that the press is terrible. But we've made them mess up there. And Beck is in. What a chance! Oh. Well, we did make them make a mistake there. But this is Rotherham, and we were absolutely dominating this game. So come on, FM, do your job. Get out there, give the fans their money's worth. You can still improve. Keep going. That definitely should we should be way in the lead. We'd be much the better team. I'm looking at Louis Barry's not playing very well. And it's interesting. Who's on the right wing? Where's the Connor Bradley is having a great game down that right hand side, and he can't play as a defensive winger. And got to keep an eye. Josh Robinson didn't go into the game in the best frame of mind. So he's not having a great game. And he could make a mistake. But he is composed at the moment. But his frame of mind was poor. And there's that space that you're going to find. And I wonder if we should, if they could exploit that space. There it is. There's the space. Good save. There's going to be tons of room behind these wingers, especially if they can't play there and they're not renowned for their defensive skills. Have you got counter and counter press both on? Yeah, that's how it was when I took it over. Counter and counter press both on. Should they not be? See, the counter press, I'm wondering about this. We're going to get caught. If we don't hold shape, we're going to get caught. Because these boys are going to go with a counter press. Those wingers are going missing. That's going to leave tons of space here. If we win the ball, start to counter-attack and then lose it here, there's a ball all the time, every time, over the top here. That's what I'm thinking, hold shape. Doesn't mean we won't counter. It just means that we will be a bit more sensible about it and not go every single time. We are giving away a lot of free kicks, aren't we? Giving away a ton of free kicks, and that's not acceptable. Possession being 1, leave it as a blank. I think I'd rather them hold shape. I think we're really vulnerable with only 3 at the back to the counter. We'll still counterattack as we've done there. Oh! But they'll just be a little bit more sensible about doing it. So they saw that was a good opportunity and went and did it. So that was good. But hopefully most of the time they'll think about it. Now, let's not go yet. Go on, son. Go on, Bradley, you're having a really good game. Go on, have a run. But nothing comes of that. We are much the better team. And my high-scoring games are not actually coming to the fore. We need to get rid of Louis Barry. He's having a poor game. Time for him to come off. Leave possession has been 1 as a blank. Oh dear. I mean that does hook into the attacking mentality. I worry about this attacking mentality. But maybe I shouldn't worry because Stutter has made it 2-1 and he's not offside this time. And maybe I shouldn't worry about this attacking mentality. We've come back from a goal behind here. Just a couple of minor little adjustments. I think the whole shape is a good idea. It just means we're going to be a little bit more sensible. Still need to get rid of Barry off the pitch. He's not doing as well. Oh, long throw. I haven't seen one of them for a while. We can still counter-press, still put them under pressure. But that was terrible pressing. And there's the space again, isn't it? And there's the goal. Or maybe I'm not wrong about the high-scoring games. Teams are going to do us all the time. We have to be ready for that. Look at the space he went into there. And teams are going to do that all the time, especially with the line that high. Right, time to make some changes. So maybe I'm not wrong about the high-scoring games. Langstaff, go on, son. This boy, Ndor, 6.4, terrible. Oh boy, who's that? The other midfielder, dreadful, but I don't have another one of those. Who's Harry Brook? See, I didn't do the bench myself, did I? Now I've left myself short of players. Brandon Kohler is injured. But I might need him to come on. Fitzgerald is not playing very well. So he needs to come on, injured or not. And the goalkeeper's having an absolutely dreadful game. Why is it that the goalkeeper takes the blame for like poor defensive work all the time? Come on, FM, be a little bit more imaginative. The goalkeeper does not always have to have a bad game to lose. He could have a very, very good game. Our attack has done quite well. Defensively, we've been pretty poor. But then you've got to expect that. Playing this aggressively, got to expect that. Unless you've got extremely good defenders, the likes of Van Dijk and all them, you've got to expect teams are going to score goals. Just, I think, maybe go back to positive. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. Keep them back. Can we do a 3-2 like Andy had? Not like that. If you're just going to let the ball run and give it to the opposition. Oh, chance, Langstaff. He's not offside either. You're kidding me. Langstaff scored. Did we put him up for sale? Is he trying to put himself in the window there? Is he trying to put himself in the shop window? Well, Andy said he had a 3-2. And it does look like there's going to be some high-scoring football involved in this. What I want to do is pull the line back a little bit. Just like, don't be so... don't put so much pressure on the poor manager. Oh, my goodness me. They are getting in behind us, aren't they? Good defensive work, though. Like they are so... The line is so high. Like I'm having kittens looking at that space. This is good. This is good. Nicely done. Now go on. Make a run for him. Make a run. That was terrible, Bradley. But that's better. Now the line is dealing with that now. That's better. That's a good ball. Come on, Langstaff. You're in form now. Come on. Hat trick, boy. Bradley. Come on. Come on, Sam. Is it going to be 4? Oh, hit the post. Oh, my Lord. Wingers to wing backs for the final 10 minutes. That's like asking them to come at you, though, isn't it? FM loves it. When you tell it, come at me, because I'm going defensive now. We've got the match momentum. We don't have to be afraid. And even if they score again, it'll still only be 3-3. So we've gone a little bit less attacking. And I think we should be able to hold on. Just dropping that line just a notch has done us a favour, I think. Oh, what a chance. How did he miss that? We need to make one more substitution, I think. Owen Beck is very tired. We have Vibrator there, and we have Christine. Fernandez is actually a very good player. So let's put Fernandez on for the last few minutes. I mean, I'm thinking of going more defensive, but not yet. Maybe with a couple of minutes left. I mean, time wasting is good. But if at the moment we look more like we're going to score another one than defend well and keep one out. So you don't want to invite them on, because defensively we don't look like we can keep them out. There's too much space on the flanks to invite them on. Go on, we're in. Come on, we got a chance. Oh. And there's the beauty of holding shape. Loads of them stayed back. Oh, God. Another set piece. I hate set pieces. In FM, he saved it. Oh, set pieces for the opposition are so dangerous. Good header, good header. Too many chances. Yeah, I agree with you, DA. We've missed so many good chances. Oh, come on, FM. Is offside? Is it given offside? Yes. Right, now we need to close this game down. I will cancel that. And we'll bring them back to wing backs. I don't think he can play as a wing back, but it doesn't matter. Yes, he can. He's better as a wing back. And we're going to go balanced. We're going to drop this tempo right down. Time waste a lot. We don't want to pass into space. Now we're going to go narrow. Take those off. Take that off. Take that off. And bring that down one notch. And stop the crosses. And hopefully we should now be able to hold on. How many minutes? 8 minutes. You are having a laugh, FM. And now I know I've made a mistake, because if it was 2 or 3 minutes, this would be fine. But now I've given them 8 minutes to come at us. But we do have a chance. We're in. We've done it. Yes. It was nearly robbery, but we have made it 4-2. Andy's tactic has done the business. Yeah, I mean, I like the way it plays, Andy, but it's very risky football. It's very risky football. I mean, there are big spaces out on those flanks, very big spaces. And you've only got to have one player have a bad game out wide. You're one of your defensive wingers, and you are in big trouble. So it's not going to be we're going to win all games, but there's going to be a lot of goals, as we can see. Can we make it 5? Come on, boys, let's make it 5. Let's rub their noses in it. That's a lovely ball. Chance. Oh. Come on, boys, come on. We've got this. I don't think they're going to score twice now. But we are defending now a lot more. Although you'd never be able to tell. Go on, cross into the box, corner kick. Lovely stuff. You'd never know that we'd changed anything, but we've actually changed the system completely. But you wouldn't be able to tell. We're still attacking. It's quite amazing, really. Nice one, Andy. Yeah, Bradley as a wing back Looks really good. I mean, he looked good as a winger. He set up the first goal. He was on a 7. He was on a 7, right, 7.1 right from the get-go. Yes, good start to the season. We'll take that 3 points. Oh boy, and so we are in second. I don't know how long that is going to last. You should be humiliated. Stutter had an immediate impact. Oh boy, Bradley is going to be great. I actually like the look of him, both as a winger and as a fullback. And I'm hopeful. Who's this? Who is this? Ewan Simpson. He would be a very nice acquisition. Shame we haven't got any money. But who are we looking to sell? Lukic. Lukic won't bring us in much, but if we can get some money, who knows what we'd be able to do. We've still got a chance of getting that winger in, haven't we? Josh Bowler. Still got a chance. Stephen Jones, we've also got an offer out for him. So we're not looking that bad, are we? Not looking that bad. Well, that's it. I'm going to call it a day here. Too much excitement for the first episode of the new season. We've done well. Forest was unlucky, but Rotherham, we deserved that. We deserved that. And the tactic is looking okay. A bit dangerous, Andy. But it looks okay. We may have to, later in games, make adjustments to it. But it looks okay. It does look okay. If we are winning 2-0, we can bring them back to wing-backs. We can drop the line a little bit if we're under pressure. Yeah, it looks okay to me, Andy. So thanks for coming, guys. I've really enjoyed it again. Wolves away. Well, we got to play Millwall and then Wolves, and then Sheffield United, then Leicester. They're 3 big games, they are. And few tweaks. You think the title, Andy? I've got a funny feeling 13th, 12th or 13th. But I'll be happy with that. It's an aggressive tactic. I don't normally play with aggressive tactics, but it's good fun to do it now and again, and we'll see how it goes. Thanks for that, Andy. Thanks to all the others who took part, the other 2. But we had to choose one in the end, and just the change of tactic and the aggressive look on it did it for me. The other tactics were very good. The other transfer windows were really good, both of them. So I'll say good night, and we'll see you all again on Sunday. I think it's Sunday, isn't it? When the next one will be. I think today is Thursday. Yes, it is. So we will see you all on Sunday. Have a good weekend, guys. Enjoy the footy on the weekend. Enjoy the fantasy football. And we'll see you. Well, there's another episode on Friday in the Rocking All Over the Globe series. I'm thinking about doing something on the Matata for Saturday, playing the Matata. And so that's it for now. And we'll see you all on Sunday. Take care, guys. Have a great night.